So lovely. You did not take the help and you responded instantly, spontaneously. What was there in your mind came out. Lovely, wonderful. Thank you for participating. Are you ready for another activity? So if you are ready for an activity, type A and I'll straight away begin this class with an activity and then we will try and learn what this activity was all about. I'll not tell you what this is all about, but you will tell me at the end what this activity was all about. Okay. So what I'll do is first I'll show you the picture. The picture has some message. You have to see the picture, and if you are able to understand that picture, keep it with you. Don't type anything in the chat box. This activity is related to the picture. If you can understand this picture, you will be able to perform well in the activity. Done? Agreed? Understood? Done? You can type UAD. UAD in Hindi means would means like. So all my international students, are you learning Hindi? Are you learning Gujarati? Is my question. And how much have you learned? Is my question to you also. Have you learned anything so far? So what do you understand when somebody says Kem Cho? What should be your reply? Majama, Majama, my God, wonderful, wonderful. So you're learning, okay. It's like in English, we say, how are you? Wonderful. So what's the meaning of namaste? Do you understand? What's the meaning of namaste? Have you ever noticed why we have this gesture, folded hands, and we have this as a national gesture? We say namaste every time when we meet a person. There's a deep meaning associated with it. Whenever you have time, you go to internet, you will find a lovely meaning out there. So as I mentioned to you, I was going to show you the picture. Greeting, greeting, greeting. Yes, it is not just greeting, it is a prayer. It is a prayer that reaches to somebody whom you wish namaste. So that's what I can say in brief. If you want to say prayer next time before you start to converse with anybody, generally we say that when we start any work, we take the name of the God and then we start. So when we converse with anybody, we start with a prayer, then the conversation tends to go on smooth. And in India, here we believe that Namaste is very useful. It's a kind of a prayer that we have, and a greeting, of course. So the picture is on your screen. This activity is relevant to the picture. Is all I can say. I hope you are now able to see the picture which is on your screen. If you are seeing the picture, you can type P. I understand that you are watching the picture. P for picture. Okay. Lovely, wonderful. Now, um, make sure you have got good headphones. And is my voice audible and clear to all of you? Is it reaching without any strain? Are you able to follow it?
Yes, sir.
Great. So I am going to read something and you are going to understand. Okay. My expectation is that you understand, listen carefully, entire passage that I am going to read and answer the questions which I ask you in the form of a Google Sheet. Done? Understood? Agreed? If it is, I once again ask you to type UAD. Or if it is not clear, you can type NC, so I can again give you the instruction. NC, okay, I can see Michael writing NC, rest all are writing UAD. Okay, Michael, for you, and for everybody else who did not understand. I like what Michael said. See, if you don't understand something, you have the liberty and you must ask. There's no pain in asking, or there should be no problem in asking. There should be no assumption as such. You should be clearing out everything. You want to be doubly sure. So the matter is that I have shown you the picture. The activity is related to the picture. If you understand picture well, you will be able to understand the activity. So the picture means something. So that is there in your mind now. Okay, I believe that. Now the activity says, what is activity? I will read a passage clearly, slowly. You are supposed to follow it carefully and understand it and answer the questions which I ask you by sharing you the Google Sheet. Now I want UAD from only Michael and Deepak because both of you typed NC. So Michael is now clear. Deepak Kumar, what's your story? Is it clear now? Yes, Deepak Kumar is all clear now. And you mentioned UAD. Okay, fine. So give me a go ahead, give me a thumbs up, and I'll start reading. Thank you. You can type S also. S means I should start. If you don't have the, yeah, I can see thumbs ups coming up. Lovely. I shall start reading it. Please follow carefully. Are you able to see the picture here?
Yes, sir.
You can say yes if you are able to see the picture. Okay. Okay. So I'm reading now. The title of the passage is Hollywood Ranch. Hollywood Ranch. The passage is Hollywood, the most famous town in America, got its name in 1886 when a retired couple moved to California and built a ranch. The movies hadn't yet been born, and the couple chose the location because they liked the wide open spaces around the small but bustling city of Los Angeles. 3 years later, moving pictures were invented in London when William Friese Greene gave the first demonstration of a cinematograph. But it was the Lumiere brothers in Paris who gave the first public demonstration before a paying audience in 1895. Ironically, they thought movies had no commercial use. The first narrative film that used actors was called The Great Train Robbery. People went to see the film in thousands. Each person paid 5 cents for admission. This is why the first cinemas were called Nickelodeons. The popularity of movie boomed, and the film companies joined together in order to get patent rights as a way of protecting their product. But pirate companies began to make films of their own outside the law. To avoid prosecution, these filmmakers packed up and moved across country. They settled in a small town called Hollywood. By 1914, this town had become the biggest film factory in the world. Other companies moved there because the sunny climate was conducive to shooting outdoors. The surrounding environment was also perfect for making films, the first and most popular American film genre. The early Hollywood artists were regarded with disrespect by many people. The cinema was the upstart medium and many people resented its overnight success. The passage A ends. Are you ready to answer questions related to this passage? If you are ready, you type R and I will send you the Google link for you to answer the questions of the passage. And now I have put the link in your ready is what I get the message. And the link is here for you to answer the question. And I have given you 3 minutes to answer all the questions. There are 7 questions. Once you complete answering, you should type done in the chat box. So it gives me a message that you have completed this activity. One minute remaining. By now, you should have completed. Okay, somebody completed. I got one answer. I want everybody to submit. Once you complete it, submit, type done here. This is not an assessment, it is just an activity, so don't worry. This is nowhere going to count in your marks, so please feel free to answer the questions without any fear. So Michael has done, Jigme has done. Okay, wonderful. Preet has done. You're taking much time. I don't know why. Cham has done. The time is over now. You should have completed by now. I will still wait for 1 minute and then we will start to discuss the answer. Come on. Thank you, Michael, Zigni, Sham, Preet, and Aditya Raj Singh for doing your task in time. Yes, thank you, Yashraj. Thank you, Deepak Kumar. Now we will go and see the answer. Subodh has done. Well done. Angela, Prendra done. Angela, where are you? Have you completed, my dear? Done. Okay. Let me ask Mansoor, Russo, Faustin, Brendan, Vaibhav, Vivek, Nidanshi. Okay, so let us start to discuss the answers first. So the first question was, let me show you the question first. So I've got 12 responses. Are you able to see now the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have the first question. The retired couple chose the location for their ranch because now you see majority of you have answered they wanted to make movies, but there was no mention that they wanted to make movies and that's why they shifted to Hollywood, or it was not Hollywood, it was a ranch location. Why did they select location for their ranch? What was the reason is asked. So here, if I take you to the passage and repeat once again, I would like to say, a retired couple moved to California and built a ranch. The movies hadn't been born, and the couple chose the location. So movies hadn't been born. The mention is movies didn't born at that time, means movies were not a reality at that point in time, did not exist. So the couple chose the location not because of the movies, because they liked the wide open spaces. So what do you say? Wide open spaces is your answer. So how this answer relates to the option here? How this answer is related? They wanted to make movies. That is completely not an answer. They like to live near Hollywood. So if Hollywood did not exist at that time, okay, Los Angeles was a small and bustling town, or they like the environment. It says that wide open spaces, so it relates with this here, the answer. Hope you have understood this. If you have understood, you can type you in the chat box and we'll move on to another question. You. Quickly, all of you, you can type you. You understood? Great. Now, let us go to the second question. The second question says that in 1886, Hollywood was, the question is, the options are as famous as it is now. Second is only a small remote ranch. That is the right answer. Third is the most famous city in America, or surrounded by wide open spaces. What is your answer? What you would say? Let us go to this in 1986 para again, and let me explain you. Hollywood, the most famous town in America, got its name in 1886 when a retired couple moved to California and built a ranch. So it was all nothing but a ranch out there, isn't it? Right. Only a remote ranch is the answer. Well done, Kharendra. So you understood this explanation as well. Let us go to another. Now, the question is, here majority of you have managed to give me the right answer. So well done to all of you. Pirate film companies made their films illegally is the right answer. Moved across the country illegally? No, they did not move. The motive was to make film illegally. Motive was not to illegally move in some country. Motive was to make film illegally. Wanted to work within the law? Absolutely not. And joined together to protect their products. So that is the answer I don't need, because majority have given me the right answer. Now let us go to this question. According to the text, other film companies moved to Hollywood because. Now other film companies who moved to Hollywood because what? Now let me read the passage, and you will be able to answer. Other companies moved there because the sunny climate was conducive to shooting outdoors. So here it is very clear, they did not want to make movies outside the law. They wanted to avoid prosecution, could not be the answer. Nobody selected that. The weather was sunny, and most of the time, no. Here, that is the half answer. The full answer is weather condition allowed them to make films outdoors. So that is the answer. So those three people who gave this answer, you are correct, but you are half correct. Now, taking a look at the question number 6. The question number 6 says, according to the listening passage, the great robbery was a huge success. Is the right answer. People were not enthusiastic about great success. No, they visited to watch the movie in thousands. So it was a great success. You can associate. Now, the last question. According to the text in the 1920s, many people in America respected actors very much. It cannot be the right answer, because the last para, when I was reading, it mentioned that the last para says the early Hollywood artists were regarded with disrespect, not with respect, disrespect by many people. The cinema was the upstart medium and many people resented its overnight success. So this finishes our explanation here. Now I want to ask few more questions if you are ready. And now this time I will not give you answers. Let me see if you are able to answer it. This is the same paragraph which I just read. Can I ask one more question or two more questions? Are you ready to answer in the chat? What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so you are ready. I want everybody to say R So I can ask one more or two more questions related to the para that I just read. Okay. So how much cents or how much money did the people pay to watch the movie or watch the first film? How much money did they pay? Fantastic, Jigme, Michael, wonderful. You followed it correctly. It is 5 cents. Well done. I would like to clap for you. So one more, are you ready? One more, are you ready? Okay. Now the question is, one more question, and this is the last question. Which company invented the name of the company in London by William Freeze Green related to movies? Which company was invented by William Freeze Green? Do you remember the name of the company? Hollywood? No. Nickelodeon? No. 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 I'll read that para again so it will give you an idea. 3 years later, moving pictures were invented in London when William Freeze Green gave the first demonstration of a cinematograph. Where was the first public demonstration given? Is the question. Where was the first public demonstration of the movie given? Where? Which place? Which place? The name of the city? No, not London. Very famous. In France. Name starts with P. Lumiere Brothers. Paris, yes, Paris is the right answer. Well done, well done, well done. Wonderful. All of you, I would like to say, well done. So now I can ask you how you can relate this entire activity, the picture which is there on the screen, and what have you understood from this activity? I would appreciate if you can speak or if you can type your answer, whichever better. I would love to listen to you now. Tell me, how is it relevant? Yeah, Wuso, please go ahead.
Yeah, I've learned to pay attention, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, because I figured out most of the questions I didn't get right because I had divided attention. So it's a
Divide
lesson to be learned.
the lesson to be learned, according to Wuso, just he mentioned that divided attention will not help you in desirable performance. So your performance will go down if you are having divided attention. Anything that you are doing, you need to have the attention, you need to have the focus, is what Wuso clearly mentions. Thank you, Wuso. And Michael says that listening and understanding goes hand in hand. It cannot be listening, it cannot be understanding is the product. Listening is the tool with which you make this product, isn't it? If you do not have the tool, let's say for example, you have a problem in the car and your car tire has gone flat and you need to change the tire, you have a spare wheel with you. You have a spare wheel, the car has a flat tire. How would you change it? You need to have the Stepney, isn't it, to do it? So that tool is very, very important, isn't it? Without that tool, you will not be able to change the flat tire. Will you be able to do that? No, you will not. So listening is an important tool that helps in all given circumstances very clearly. So Brendan says to understand and listen carefully. See, the basic quality that is required everywhere in any environment is understanding, isn't it? How many times we would be using this word with people around us, or how many times those people would be using this word around us is you understand, you understand. Even in the 7 habits of highly effective people, the Stephen Covey mentioned that seek first to understand. First you should understand, and then you should seek that others should understand you. But first you will have to, the ownership is with you. Charity begins from home. So first you must understand. And how you can understand if you don't pay attention, if you don't listen? So is there a method to listen? Is there a method? Can you think of any method that comes to your mind when it comes to listening? Any ideas? Okay, now I'll give you the situation. Where do you listen carefully? In the cinema theaters when you are watching the movie, or in the class? Okay, clearing your mind is what is the process. Okay, I have a question asked. Cinema theater or a class? Cinema, very clearly is what Angela, well done. Angela, thank you for your right answer. Mostly people opt to listen very carefully at the cinema theater, isn't it? So what could be the reason? Not in the class. And then what is the outcome? The outcome is when you watch cinema, you get refreshed, you get happiness, you get satisfaction, you enjoy. The outcome is very clear. Why you are able to refresh, why you are able to enjoy, why you are able to get the satisfaction? Because you are carefully following it, because you have the interest, because you are listening, isn't it? If cinema theater does not play the sound and only shows you the picture, will you like it? No, you will not. So the outcome is satisfaction, outcome is refreshment only when you listen well, only when you follow well. But in the class, because it is not a matter of interest, because you are not following it carefully, because you are not listening, it doesn't give you that satisfaction. It doesn't refresh you, isn't it? So what is the problem? Format is the problem, or your behavior is a problem? If you pay attention in the class, if you say focus over there, follow it carefully, then you in the class will also get refreshed, you in the class will also get happy, isn't it? But it should be a matter of your interest, as I said.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, my dear, go ahead.
Can I contradict you a bit, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. There comes a time, sir, whereby somebody has interest in learning in school. He has the desire. Starting the lesson, he has all hopes up, and then everything is like it's all going well. Then he's also referring to some of the stuffs. And then during the lesson, the lecturer or maybe the teacher jumps a certain point, which is supposed to be followed, which can help for someone to understand the following, the next lesson that is supposed to be taught. So once that thing is jumped, all hopes are lost, the interest, and the person becomes confused with the interest, but it gets confused. So mostly the attributes to listening carefully and understanding, it also is the type of method, the teaching method, as well as the self-behavior. So both contribute to interest and desire.
Very, very nice. Let me see who spoke just now. And Michael, if I'm not wrong, Michael spoke, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Michael, well done. I'm really very happy with your expression. The way you conveyed was absolutely correct. The contradiction is fair. I do not have any reason to contradict with you. You are very right in your own way. And in my class, it is just a matter of an opinion. So your opinion that it has to be both ways. The instruction, if it is jumped, it will not allow the person, the interest will not penetrate further, the link will be broken, and somewhere the interest fades, and that will not help or support the process of listening. Is right. What I mean to say, I just read a passage. It was hardly, say, 50 lines, not even 50 lines, 30 lines. I did not jump. I was very careful while speaking. I spoke at a pace which was easy to gather, isn't it? But it did not turn into an outcome that I want. So what could be the reason in that situation is probably when I do it carefully with interest, and let's say if I am noting down certain things, then it supports my listening, isn't it? Am I right or wrong? What do you feel? When I have all possible uh, materials ready with me, if I am given an exercise, I do exercise. Let's say if I have to build body, I will have to use certain tools like dumbbells, like you must be using it. I mean, you guys must be using it, but I am actually not a bodybuilder, never have ventured into that arena at all. But when you want to build the body, you will have to go to gym, or you will have to have the equipments which help your body to take a particular shape, isn't it? So when you want to listen, you will have to bring certain materials which will aid and foster the listening process. And what are those aids? Aids is the one of the aids that is missing is the presence of the mind, the focus, the attention. Then you need to have some materials, like you need to have notepad, you need to have paper, and then you need to also ask wherever you don't understand. Nobody stopped me. It means everybody was clearly following and was able to understand clearly when I was reading. There was no question in between. But wherever you don't understand, you should have questions that supports the listening, isn't it? So how can I become a bodybuilder without all these things? How can I become a good listener without all these things is my question. We all know that listening is an important quality. Today it is required, rated very highly among all companies that are willing to hire you, or wherever you want to make your career, or even in social life, or even in your personal life. What is the requirement? The requirement is that you listen carefully. When it comes to your mother, father, okay, I have a question here. Whom do you listen well, to your mother or your father? Honestly, mother or father? Mother. Michael is a mama's boy. Okay. All of you must answer. Very good. Very good. Okay. Khalindra says mother. Okay. Whom do you listen? Okay, I will shift this question since the opinion is both. So, say, whom would you listen carefully to, your faculty, or somebody who is communicating regularly with you, or to the principal or the HOD when he is speaking? So now Wuso is correctly mentioning mainly father. Faculty or principal? Principal, okay. So why this discussion, why this distinction? Why principal and why not faculty? Faculty are not important. Faculty are not talking something which is relevant to you or important to you. Because principal doesn't talk often, isn't it? Probably that could be. Or whenever principal talks, it is something that very important. It should not be missed. Or there can be an error made by us, and that's why we are being summoned, and that's why we pay attention to. So my dear friend, some sorts also, see, when we take things for granted, when we take when we have the assumption, or when we have the preconceived notion, okay, I am going to learn about this particular thing, then it will be this, then I am not prepared to listen well. If I have any baggage, if I have any preconceived notion, then I will not be able to listen well. So if there is any distinction as such, then it will not support my process of listening, is what all I wanted to say. And this picture is all about paying attention, listening well, isn't it? So shall we move ahead with the PPT? Go ahead. One more slide I want to show you. I have showed only so far 1 or 2 slides only. If you give me a go ahead thumbs up, then I will go ahead. I have a few pictures coming up on your screen. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Okay, okay. So can we say that power of listening? Do you think there is any power in listening? We often have heard power of speaking, power of meditation, power of knowledge, power of many other things. Does listening have any power? In what way it is powerful? Very much, okay. But do we consider, do we give importance to it? Is something that we would like to ascertain, but then you very well say that it is powerful. So I understand, you are with me. There is nothing wrong when I say that there is power in listening. I must have showed you this scale and graph of 5 qubits, and we say that listening is the key in most of the conversations. Why? Because the purpose of listening is to connect with the person. Is we understood that the main objective is to understand. And why? Because we will get somebody to say yes to us, or somebody will be able to say yes to us, or I will be able to say yes. Because there is this alignment which will happen, and alignment will only happen if I have listening. So when I show you this picture, how to listen, I have this picture on your screen. What do you mean by this? What is it conveying to you? What does it convey? You have a picture on your screen. You can tell me, or you can type. Generally, Harvard University conducted a survey, and they found out, or the research, and they found out that span of listening is very less. Every 5-10 minutes, it goes down. So the span of listening is short. The intensity is high when it starts, but it continues to come down and fade after 5-10 minutes. So you need to lift up. So I would say whenever you are listening, how to maintain is that you have your notepad and pen handy, you keep asking questions, or probably you need to, if you are seated at one location, you need to stand up, and you need to do something which will keep your body active, so that your body and mind are into a rhythm which is required for listening. Otherwise it will go into the sleep mode. Yes. So here the message is there is focus light coming on one person, isn't it? There is this focus light when you are in the auditorium, or when you are at such places, you will find the focus light over there, which is put on, let's say, TED Talks. They will give a focus light on the speaker who is speaking. So what does that mean is whenever you're listening, your entire attention, your energy, your focus has to be given to the person who is speaking so that you are able to decode the message and you are able to share the feedback or you are able to ask a question. So that's where focus plays an important role. Brightest of the sunny days, very finest of the magnifying glass, you put it on the paper, what will happen? The paper will burn, isn't it? But brightest of the sunny days, finest of the magnifying glass, will not be able to burn the paper if the magnifying glass is shaking. Let's say if this is the magnifying glass, if I shake it, it will not burn the paper. So point here is that focus is important. So what to listen? Do you agree with this? Can you listen what's not said? If you can listen only what's said, then the half job is done. But can you listen what is not said? If you can, then full job is done. So how can you understand what's not said? What is the way to understand? What are the clues? If I am saying something, you are listening, you are able to understand. So you are able to understand what I am saying. But what I am not saying, are you able to understand? Through my body language, through my expressions, how much interested I am in conducting this session. Are you able to analyze? Does it come to your mind with my body language? Or when you are talking to somebody, do you pay attention to the person and give a message to the other person that you're fully into this conversation? Or when somebody is talking, you will notice that the other person is not interested. So what is not said, sometimes in a conversation, people are not saying many things, but through their body language, through their expression, through their voice tone, you will gauge the feelings hidden inside. And when you are able to capture those feelings hidden inside, you're able to listen totally. They say read in between the lines. So when you read in between the lines means that you are also decoding what is not written clearly. Here it applies to this listening as well. So how does it, what does it define? Let's say it's a process of receiving, constructing meaning and responding to, see, if it was just like listening was limited to receiving, constructing meaning, then this wouldn't have been added. Which says that responding to spoken and oblique or non-verbal messages with thoughtful attention. So listening is the foundation stone on which your communication prospers. So if you want to have a big building, you need to have a very good foundation. So if you want to be a good communicator or a good speaker for that matter, you need to have the foundation, and that is listening. There is a difference between hearing and listening. That is a passive process. This one is an active process. It requires skill, it requires knowledge, it requires perception. It is a matter of process. Listening is mental, it's cognitive. Hearing is a natural process. You will be hearing so many sounds, but you will be listening when you're paying attention with your brain, when you are analyzing, when you are evaluating, when you are having a perception, when you are checking. So that becomes listening. Hearing is just physical. This has physical because you will need an ear and a sense to hear. And when the sound goes inside, you have the brain working on it, decoding it, trying to identify, see the pattern, analyze, respond if required, and so on and so forth. But mind you well, my dear friends, listening is painful, hard, and difficult. Do you agree with me? For a prolonged period of time, it is painful, hard, and difficult. So when you are speaking, you make sure if you are going to speak for a prolonged period of time, it does not become painful for others. That's why we use so many activities. That's why we use examples. That's why we do different stuff so that it doesn't become painful. So there is this. See, this is not said. This is reading in between the lines. This is the message that we are trying to convey. Whenever you speak, you make sure that the person listening is not get bored, and we pays attention to you. Because listening in itself is a difficult thing. It requires lots of energy. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the session. We are coming to the end of the session. Hope you have taken this message very carefully and clearly.
Yes, sir.
If you have enjoyed this session, you can type E. If you have enjoyed and liked the session, you can type EL. And I will share with you the link, the attendance link, which is the most important thing, isn't it? Thank you very much for sending EL. I am able to see you are so generous, you are so kind. Thankful to you. Just a moment, the link will be there with you. Allow me a moment. The internet has become little slow, but do please be there. I will share the attendance link in a moment. And the link is here in the chat box. Do not forget to fill it out. And have a great day ahead. Stay happy, stay healthy. You take good care of yourselves. Keep exercising and keep learning. Bye bye.